Today, the steps of the state capitol were filled with community members and civic leaders speaking out against the development of data centers in our state. Good evening, everyone. I'm David Andrews.
And I'm Seth Wells. According to data center maps, there are already more than 50 data centers in Michigan, with more seemingly on the way. That's why residents are calling for action from the state. News 10's Bobby Cushing was at the Capitol today with our story. Hi, Bobby.
Yeah, good evening, David and Seth. We've told you before about residents in Saline and Howell speaking out against the construction of data centers. They were concerned about a variety of issues, from backdoor deals to environmental impacts. However, some experts say with the way the world is trending, these data centers are needed more than ever.
Michiganders do not want data centers in our yards. We don't want them in our communities.
Andrea Pierce with the Michigan Environmental Justice Coalition went to the state capitol to share her concerns about data centers.
Let me ask you, do you guys trust DTE?
No! Pierce says these facilities would be dangerous to the environment, including by placing a huge demand on our water supply.
We were told every time that they ask a question on AI, that's a bottle of water. The smaller data centers that we're not getting are going to be using between 1 million to 7 million gallons of water a day.
Eric Nordman, the director of Michigan State University's Institute of Public Utilities, says Michigan has factors that help mitigate water use.
It's relatively cold here, especially on a day like today, so that helps cut down the cooling costs. We also have abundant fresh water, which is used for cooling.
He says as society uses artificial intelligence more and more, the demand for data centers will only increase.
Anybody who uses like ChatGPT or a tool like that would be interacting with one of these large hyperscale data centers.
The state offers tax breaks for the development of data centers, but to even be considered for approval, a development would need to make a capital investment of $250 million. One of the speakers at today's event says developers are pushing to build data centers so quickly so they can get more people to use artificial intelligence and emerge as a leader in the industry. Seth?
All right, Bobby, thank you. A study from Carnegie Mellon University in June estimated that data centers could drive up electricity bills by an average of 8% nationwide by 2030.